day and everything that's going on all year. Do you feel like you have done a good job in year one? And then secondly, a more technical question, did you ask the Lieutenant Governor to reimburse the state for her plane use?
I found out about the plane use, understood it was a problem, and instructed the staff to tell Mary that, you know, she needs to do that. There wasn't any argument, and so that was the way it happened. Secondly, I thought about, you were going to ask, you know, how would you give yourself a grade or something like that. Let me say this. 83,000 jobs saved and jobs created. That makes me feel really good. It makes me feel good that Tracy Plouck and John Martin can talk about people who sometimes live in the shadows and how they're okay, doing okay, and what Greg's doing with Medicaid, what Gary Moore has done, giving people a second chance. There are no applause or cheers for that, but it makes you feel good. More vouchers. You know, there's a lot of good going on, and so it's a great team we have. My biggest worry is they'll get burned out or get tired. I mean, it's not easy working in this administration, because every day it's another thing we've got to do, and the list goes on and on and on, and I think we're about in third gear. Maybe are we in third? Maybe, what do you think, Rich? Second, third, or we only got a couple gears. How many gears we have on this car? So I feel good about that, Joe. You know, I have regrets, but I don't think I need to talk about them here, but there's things that I wish had been done a little differently, obviously, and, you know, but I think you help people, you help kids, you get them out of poverty. We gave $2 million the other day out of the faith-based programs to the food banks. I got a letter, a note got sent to Ben from, who sent you that note, Ben? Where's Ben? Did he leave? I went on too long, he just quit. What's our friend's food bank folks?
Gail, no, Lisa Hammer Fugit.
Well, it was Gail.
Gail Channing Tenenbaum.
Gail Channing Tenenbaum sent a note saying, maybe I shouldn't say, you can call her. It made me feel good. It said, you folks make promises and you keep them. I mean, that makes you feel good. Some kid's going to get food, you know. I mean, that's good. That's good stuff. So I feel pretty good about things.
Governor, there was a lot of division this year with the Senate Bill 5 fight that raged for most of 2011. Now, as you begin 2012, there's a new voice of opposition, and that is the chairman of your state Republican Party. Can you be specific, as this is our last chance before the end of the year, can you be specific as to why you feel it's necessary to have a leadership change at the head of the Republican Party, particularly as we head into a presidential
I just think we need to have somebody that's going to be able to unite everybody inside the party, and as somebody worked for J.D. Hayworth, you come to understand from time to time their disagreements. You know, it's not like some big thing I think about, because I just spent an hour and a half going through this list. Sorry to go on so long. So it's just something I think can be improved upon, and I hope it will be.
Anything specific that he's done wrong?
That's all really I have to say about that.
Governor, would you like to see the legislature take up your pension reform proposal? Or
I don't have a pension reform proposal.
Well, from the budget, the shift.
Oh, well, you know, they pretty well rejected that. And, you know, the way I look at it now in terms of the agenda, on 9 out of 10 things, not everything. And by the way, I forgot to mention we got $220 million out of the casinos that no one else in this room thought we would get. And by the way, if you want to know about a Houdini Act, I was able to portray the casino operators as heroes with 4 monopolistic casinos, and I was the bad guy trying to get money out of them. I think you helped me with that, by the way. It was really good work on your part. But we got $220 million out of them, got the VLTs up and running, and that's a good thing, and that will help with education. It will actually help as we move forward here on the school facilities fund that Tim Keene is working on. Everything we think about is how do we create a job. The reason why we did Senate Bill 5-2, whatever it is the reason we did it was to give these local communities what they needed, the tools they needed, so they could create a business-friendly environment. Voters said no, fine. Now, if they want other things, we'll give it to them. Workforce training, critical. Graduating kids, critical. Everything, shale development, critical. keeping down healthcare costs, critical to job creation. Everything that we do goes through the prism, does this create a job? Does this improve the economic environment? And so that was something we put in the bill. And
Well, do you feel that something needs to be done on the pension system?
I've been up to see the credit rating agencies. We're in pretty good shape when it comes to the pension system. You know, we reached an agreement with 2/3 of the state employees on an agreement that I think is fair to the taxpayers. Most of you have never looked at it or understand it, but you should. You know, and Bob Blair tells me, you know, maybe at some point we can talk to them about those kinds of things, but it's got to be up to them. They've got to say to me that there are things that we need in that. But everything else is designed to create jobs. If it doesn't, the turnpike, it's jobs. Everything we do is a jobs-based deal. Jim Rhodes used to say jobs, jobs, and jobs, and when we worked in the legislature, Blair and I used to laugh. Jim Rhodes was right as rain. He was absolutely correct about the fact that it's all about jobs.